Hello everyone, good evening. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to this yet another session where I would be talking about IIFT today, right? So recently the IIFT notification was out, तो उसी के बारे में हम लोग आज बात करेंगे. So before I start, let me just get a confirmation from you. Is everything fine? I mean, am I audible? Am I visible to each one of you? Can you please confirm it once to me, guys? After that, we shall start with our session. Very good evening to all of you. So in this session, we are going to talk about the IIFT notification. So basically the notification is out. So primary reason would be कि हम लोग आज बात करेंगे IIFT में क्या क्या होता है. सो सभी चीजों के बारे में, about the exam, about the selection procedure, the number of seats, the fee that they would be charging, and there are a lot many things, right? So that all will be talking about in this session today, right? So hi Shambhavi Sharma, yes, says Shambhavi that everything is fine. So I am assuming that others are also able to hear me and see me. So I am Saral Nashir once again with you. So आज हम लोग इसी के बारे में बात करेंगे. So before I start, a little bit information. ये चीज मैं आप लोगों को काफी टाइम से बताता आ रहा हूं that from 30th of September to 9th of October we are having this all India open mock, right? And we always said that this is very important for all the aspirants to write these exams because first of all these are absolutely free. I mean, had I been preparing for CAT तो मैं जरूर ही लिखता ये एग्जाम. सीधा सा रीजन है, यू आर गेटिंग अ फ्री मॉक. आई मीन मॉक इज द बेस्ट वे ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर कैट और वो आपको फ्री में मिल जा रहा है. एंड बिकॉज इट इज फ्री तो उसका दूसरा रीजन ये भी हो जाता है दैट बिकॉज इट इज फ्री सो मेनी पीपल वुड बी राइटिंग दिस एग्जाम कि हमारे लिए एक अच्छा सा जो है ना इसमें से ये निकल के आ जाएगा दैट यस आई एम कंपीटिंग विद अ लॉट मेनी कैंडिडेट्स. बहुत सारे लोगों के बीच में मेरा परसेंटाइल आ रहा है. इट इज नॉट दैट कि हाँ कुछ 1000-1200 लोग ही पेपर लिख रहे हैं और उसमें से एक परसेंटाइल आ जाता है. आई एम हैप्पी अबाउट इट बट लेटर ऑन व्हेन आई गो टू द एग्जाम देन आई सी अरे ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है उसके सामने. So यहाँ पे you might get your percentile between tens of thousands of students, right? Because it is free, would be written by many of those. So therefore you must write it. Moreover, we also give you the experts way of doing the question, the video solutions of all the questions. So these all are important things that you'll be getting through this open mock. Apart from that, if anyone is looking for CAT 2022 test series, so we have got that as well with 70 plus mocks covering CAT and non-CAT mock tests for all of them. Plus, we have got All India Open mocks as well, video solutions by the for the questions, and it is curated by the IIM alumni itself. So therefore, it is going to be a very useful tool for all of you, right? So straight away, I'll move on to our today's point. First of all, the first thing is what is the agenda of this session. So the agenda of the session is to talk about IIFT exam, the cutoffs, fee structure, number of seats, placement, what kind of exam is there, what is the syllabus of the exam, how many questions are there. So about all those things we'll be talking about in this session. So please, whenever you have a question, do write it in the chat box. I would be happy to answer the questions. So जो भी आपके सवाल हो, दो आई हैव ट्राइड माय बेस्ट कि जो भी पॉसिबल चीजें हैं वो सारी मैं आपको बताऊं. लेकिन कुछ भी आपको ऐसा लगता है दैट देयर इज समथिंग दैट यू वांट टू नो देन प्लीज डू लेट मी नो थ्रू द चैट बॉक्स. उसमें बताते रहिएगा कोई भी आपका क्वेश्चन हो तो. सो गुड इवनिंग कमलकांत, गुड इवनिंग गगनदीप. मैं आगे बढ़ता हूं इससे. फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, द एग्जाम नोटिफिकेशन. So we saw that the exam notification was out recently on 30th of September. The registration starts from 30th of September 2022, right? An important date. Last date to apply is 14th of November. Correction window you will be having from 16th of November to 20th of November, and the D-day, the day on which the exam is there, it is on 18th of December, and the exam is going to be at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. The fee for the general candidates is 2500. For SC, ST and physically handicapped guys, so it will be 1250 rupees. And this exam would be conducted by NTA, the National Testing Agency, right? So it's a government agency which will be conducting this exam now. So previously, IIFT exams were conducted by the IIFT authorities themselves, but now it has been taken over by NTA, and they are saying कि हम government organization है तो हम लोग ज्यादा बेहतर ये चीज कर पाएंगे तो आप हमें करने दीजिए, आप मत कीजिए, आप सिर्फ पढ़ाइए, राइट? So this is what is happening now. But honestly speaking, I mean, because of this, probably the standard of the exam has gone down a lot. I mean, not in terms of difficulty level or in terms of the quality of questions, but it has gone down definitely in terms of the glitches which are there. I definitely remember the writing the exam last year as well. तो मुझे बहुत अच्छे से याद है एग्जाम के दौरान कितनी सारी दिक्कतें आती हैं, because NTA is somehow not able to provide that kind of platform to us till now. I don't know what is going to happen this year. Possibly we get a very good experience. हो सकता है अभी नया नया था तो इसलिए ज्यादा दिक्कत ना रही हो, लेकिन आने वाले टाइम में हो सकता है चीजें सॉल्व हो जाए। लेकिन अभी तक का तो बहुत खराब एक्सपीरियंस था, बहुत सारे ग्लिचेस हुए थे एज फार एज आई रिमेंबर। कभी भी सडनली किसी का कंप्यूटर बंद हो जाता है, राइट, और वो फिर ढूंढता रहता है। कभी किसी का माउस काम नहीं कर रहा होता, किसी का कीबोर्ड काम नहीं कर रहा होता। समटाइम्स यू सी दैट द कंप्यूटर हैंग्ड इन बिटवीन। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट वी हैव आल्सो सीन, आई मीन द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द पेपर इज लाइक, क्योंकि आईएफटी के बारे में एक चीज बहुत फेमस है दैट आईएफटी इज अ लॉन्ग पेपर, राइट। द लेंथ ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस इज टू मच। आप चाहे क्वांट के क्वेश्चंस देखो, डीआईएलआर के या आरसी भी देखो, दे आर वेरी लेंथी, and the interface that they have provided, it is so bad. You have to scroll left to right, you have to scroll top to bottom, and then you have to look at the question. There are three graphs. Every time to see at the graphs आपको लेफ्ट टू राइट भी स्क्रॉल करना है, ऊपर नीचे भी स्क्रॉल करना है देखने के लिए, और वो भी उसके स्क्रीन के बहुत छोटे एरियाज में होते हैं, बिकॉज इन द अदर एरिया यू हैव द क्वेश्चन एज वेल। उसके अलावा एक पोर्शन स्क्रीन का ऑक्यूपाई हो जाता है जहां पे क्वेश्चन नंबर्स लिखे हुए होते हैं, राइट। तो बहुत सारी चीजें और होने के बाद वो एरिया बहुत छोटा रह जाता है। सो देर इज ऑलवेज अ प्रॉब्लम विद दैट। आई होप दैट दिस ईयर इट विल गो स्मूथ, बट अभी तक की कहानी तो बहुत खराब थी। So Kamal Khan says it overlaps with Snap Test 2. Yes, Kamal Khan, that's unfortunate. Though Snap Test 2 is from 2 to 3. So possibly they might be thinking कि 12 बजे का एग्जाम दे के बच्चा निकल के आएगा और अपना स्नैप का पेपर देने के लिए चला जाएगा। So if your snap test hall is within 40-45 minutes of your IFT center, तो आप दे पाओगे। अगर आज आपको लगता है 1.5-2 घंटा दूर है तो मुश्किल हो जाने वाली है। I don't know what are they going to do about it, right? Whether Snap is going to take a call on it or IFT is going to take a call on it. That should not have happened, but it is unfortunate. But it has happened in the past as well. And in some of the cases, one of the institutes just changed their date of the exam, but in some other cases they did not. So you had to just choose one of the two. So either Snap or IFT, that was completely up to you that which one you want to choose. So that has been a case this year as well. Unless or until something changes, probably this is what we have to live with till now, you can say so. Okay. Yes, Ragul, I'll take care of that. Apart from that, I also see that NTA has come up with a app this time, which is named as Sandesh. You can find it on your Play Store or on your iStore. So there you can download this app and you will get all the informations regarding your exam on this app, because I remember last time this also happened, that the exam was actually conducted within a time frame of 3-4 days. Suddenly the information came on Sunday and we got to know the exam is very soon in 3-4 days. So that also happened. But probably to tackle with that, they have come up with this app. And moreover, last time it was a COVID situation as well. Because of that, many of the exams had a problem. This year, possibly there would be a smooth experience that will be facing. And therefore, only probably they have come up with this Sandesh app as well. क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड का सिलेबस सेम रहता है क्या? आई विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट आल्सो, गगनदीप। I'll move ahead from here first of all. That was about the exam notification. The second thing now, what is the exam structure? So for IIFT 2022, so you might be having a problem with the nomenclature of IIFT, because when IIFT 2022, actually it was conducted in 2022 only, because last time IIFT was in January 22. This year it is going to be in December 22. It's kind of two exams in the same year. Moreover, IIFT has always been liming it like this कि अभी जैसा IIFT 2023 है, it is for the batch of 23 to 25. So normally they name their exam as IIFT 2023 to 2025. That is. Anyways, you would have understood that point. So the structure of the exam last year was same as that of last to last year. So in the last 2 years, it has been the same. That is 35 questions of VARC, 3 marks per question. You had 105 marks for VARC. Similarly, 75 for QA, 90 for DILR, and 30 marks ka GK, where each question is of 1.5 marks. The structure would almost be the same almost every year. So you can assume so that this year also almost the same kind of structure is going to be there, 110 questions and 300 marks. And as far as I remember, if I'm not wrong, probably it was mentioned over there as well, that this year also there are going to be 110 questions. They have definitely told you that the total time given to you would be 2 hours, right? But as far as I remember, I'm not very sure of this. Probably somewhere I've seen that they've written this as well, that there would be 110 questions this year. Though this is the part which I'm not very sure, but probably this is what I have seen somewhere. So Om says, sir, please take sessions on TISNET as well. Om, actually TISNET is very far off. We will be talking about that as well, but towards a later side of it. Okay? I mean, probably after the CAT exam, we'll be talking about ZAT, SNAP, and TISNET as well. This was the structure of the exam, which is predicted structure for this year as well. Now, last year, the syllabus was this. So this year also, most probably the syllabus is going to be the same. In VARC, now there is a major change with respect to CAT. In CAT, you know, it's a reading based exam now. They ask you a lot of questions which are based upon reading. But when I talk about VARC in IIFT 2000, IIFT exam, actually you have questions on antonyms, synonyms as well. You have fill in the blanks as well, idioms and phrases, one word substitution, odd one out, para jumbles, apart from the RCs too. And as I told you before as well, the RCs are going to be very long. बहुत बड़े बड़े पैराग्राफ देके आपसे पूछते हैं, सो आरसी बहुत लंबे लंबे आ जाने वाले हैं. The other areas would be slightly on the different side with respect to CAT. In quantitative ability, once again, you will find the major portion would be covered by arithmetic, followed by algebra, geometry, numbers, and modern maths. And apart from that, you also have trigonometry in IIFT. An important point here is the weightage of algebra. It is very high in CAT, but it is not that high in IIFT. Rather, you will find more questions from modern mathematics with respect to CAT. You will find questions from some area generally that do not appear in CAT. Questions like base system, questions which are based upon, let's say, a median and mode, trigonometry. So there are some areas which generally IIFT would be asking you, but CAT does not ask you. So you have to probably prepare for them separately. Similarly, when I talk about data interpretation and logical reasoning, input, output, blood relations, coding, decoding, directions, none of them is there in CAT. Critical reasoning, visual reasoning, right? You might find questions on graphs in CAT, you might find questions on puzzles in CAT, but it also asks you questions on the other areas as well. Now, one more thing which is very famous about IIFT, that even their DI sets are generally pretty long. And long means they can be sometimes that long that either you do one set of DI or you do the complete paper. They are going to take the same time. And matlab, seriously, I am saying this, I am not joking. So the figures are so difficult to calculate, right? I mean, they will give you a last 20 years sales of a company. So last 20 years sales of fridges, ACs, televisions, microwaves and all. And figures would be in 5 digit or 6 digits. And almost all figures, none of them is a multiple of 5 even. And then they would be asking you what is the percentage growth in the number of ACs with respect to the number of refrigerators, right, in all these 20 years taken together. And then the options would be like 21.04%, 21.07%, 21.09%. So it might take 20-25 minutes to do one single questions of DI. So that is the kind of lengthy questions that they would be asking you. Sometimes they have been doing that. But as I said before, it is not necessary to do each and question, right? We also understand it कि ऐसा जरूरी थोड़ी है बहुत मुश्किल दे देगा तो हमने करना ही है. If it's a very difficult question, simply leave it. It's a very lengthy question, leave it, move ahead, right? So IIFT is more of an exam where you have to choose what is to be done, what is not to be done. That would not be very easily visible to you. Though, if I talk about last year IIFT, as far as I remember, when I appeared for the exam, I also went with the same notion that DI would be very difficult, LR would be very easy. So I will avoid DI, I'll do a lot of LR, but actually the case was opposite. The DI was on the easier side with respect to the reasoning part. So therefore it depends that how is going to be the difficulty level. But yes, most of the times it has been on the difficult side. So always keep that in mind that this year also you might have questions in DI which are on the lengthier side. Then in general knowledge, of course, there would be questions on international trade, geography, history, awards, authors and books, I mean current affairs, sports, politics, international affairs. Of course, there would be questions on international affairs and international trade because it's a college which is giving you a degree in international business only, right? Though the degree is given in international business, but you will see that the placements are not exactly in that domain. Rather, most of the placements, if you see on their website, they are either in consulting or in finance. I think 45-46% of their placements are in these two areas only. तो ट्रेड में जाने वाले लोग तो हार्डली 5 या 6% हैं जो इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड में जाते होंगे, लेकिन हाँ वही है, बिकॉज द कॉलेज रेपुटेशन इज वेरी गुड, राइट? They take very good students, they teach pretty well, the exposure given to the students is very good, and therefore only big companies also come to IIFT. And of course, no need to say that, I mean, you don't even have a doubt about it that there would be 100% placement. Rather, why 100% placement? I think 34% of the students last year, they had their PPUs, right? Which is a big number. 34% of the batch having PPUs, it's a big number. So IIFT has a pretty good reputation that way. So they ask you questions though from current affairs, sports, politics as well, and that also, I mean, they have history of asking questions like that, in which even in GK sometimes they have asked very difficult questions. I remember in one of the years, I think it was IIFT 2009 or 2010, when what did IIFT do? Let me just tell you. In the paper, every question had 5 options and multiple options could have been correct. I mean, there can be 2 options correct, there can be 3 options correct, there can be 4 options correct, all 5 can be correct, right? Possibly. So we have to, I mean, we had around 32 possibilities for one single question. And that year, I remember the kind of GK that they asked, which is the third largest producer of cocoa in the world. I mean, cocoa production के लिए third largest कहाँ याद होता है किसी को? So that year the cutoff for GK went 0, right? Such difficult paper. So they have been like that. बहुत difficult questions पूछते आए हैं. Now that it has become a computer based test, when it was a paper based test, there used to be a 60-70 page question paper. बहुत लंबा चौड़ा सा question paper होता था. They are doing this for a long time. Is there section switching facility this year also? Abhinav, that has always been there in IIFT. In IIFT, you are not given specific time for these sections. You can attempt the complete paper by yourself at your will. Whichever section you want to do first, you can do that. I mean, you can always switch to any section whenever you feel like. Okay. Now, the next point, what are the cutoffs? When I talk about verbal ability, the cutoff last year was 8, and let me remind you, each question was of 3 marks, right? QA was 11, DILR was 14, GK was 4.5, and you would see actually they are pretty on the lower side, है ना? काफी ही कम cutoffs जाती हैं अगर आप IIFT की देख रहे हैं, but these cutoffs does not mean that you clear the cutoff, you are definitely going to get a call from IIFT. Yes, there are some other factors as well on which it would be dependent, right? ये cutoff ये कहती है कि ठीक है, अगर ये आपकी clear है, you are eligible for the next stage, in which they would be checking your 10th score, your 10th score, 12th score, academic diversity, and a few more things are there. After which a final composite score would come, and you would be told that okay, now you get a call and you are eligible for the second round. But yes, this is an important point here for all of you, that the sectional cutoffs are very low in case of IIFT, right? If you are not good at 1 or 2 sections, you can always do that. You just clear the sectional cutoffs over there and maximize your score in the other areas. It is always doable in case of IIFT. ध्यान रखिएगा, IIFT के केस में ये बहुत आराम से हो सकता है. बस कहीं पे कट ऑफ आपको क्लियर करनी है. मान लीजिए मेरा VARC अच्छा नहीं, आई एम प्रेटी गुड एट QA and DILR, so my VARC is not that good, GK is not that good. You can see GK में कट ऑफ is 3 questions, 4.5. VARC में कट ऑफ is 3 questions, 8 marks. So just by doing 3-4 questions, I can clear the cutoffs over there, and then I can maximize my score in QA and DILR and can get a count, right? That's very easy to do. So always keep that in mind. This is something peculiar about IIFT, that you can actually get a call just by doing this as well. Then what is the section criteria, selection criteria for them? So as I told you, for the written exam, they will take 73% weightage of your written score. 10% weightage of your 10th exams score, 10% weightage from your 12th exam scores. Academic or gender diversity, it is 7%, actually 5% for your academic diversity, 2% for your gender diversity. Basically, if you are an engineer, you will get 0 on academic diversity. If you are non-engineer, you will get 5%. Gender diversity, if you are a female, you get 2%, you are a male, you get 0%. So female non-engineers straight away get 7% marks without doing anything. Now you might be feeling then it becomes very easy for us to get into IFT. Let me tell you, even after doing this, 80% of their batch is having engineers. Even with these kind of figures, 80% of their batch have engineers, and even after this, only 25% of their batch has got females. Even after giving extra marks for non-engineers and females, only 25% of the batch is having females. 80% of the batch is consisted of the engineers. Yes, Nihar, there is always a negative marking in IFT. I somehow did not mention it probably. Yes, there would be a negative marking. If there are 5 options, it will be 1/4. If there are 4 options, it will be 1/3. Right? That is the stage 1. In the second stage, you have a GD or an extempore, followed by a WAT, that is the writing ability test, and after that there would be a personal interview. On the basis of all these things, then a final list would be prepared, and then you will get admission into the IFT, right? So first there is a criteria which I showed you on the previous page कि आपकी sectional cutoff clear होनी चाहिए, overall cutoff clear होनी चाहिए. After that, whatever your score is, 73% weightage would be given to that score. 10% to your 10th score, 20% to your 12th score, academic gender diversity का score, वो मिला के composite list बनती है, and then you are eligible for stage 2. After that, you have to appear for a GD or extempore, you have to appear for a WAT or a PI, and finally you reach the final stage where you get the admission. And at that stage, what is the criteria? Let's talk about that as well. In the final structure, you would see IFT score will have a weightage of 45 out of 100. A 40% weightage would be given to your VAT, GD and PI scores, 10% weightage to your VAT score, 10% weightage to your GD score, and 20% weightage to your PI score. This GD might be an extempore as well. They have written GD or extempore, so any one of the two. For gender diversity, again you will get 2 marks at that stage. For academic diversity, you will be getting only 2 marks at this stage. I mean, those 5 were there at the initial stage when you go into the stage 2. Here it will be 2. For work experience, you will get 3 marks. If your work experience is between 0 to 12, you will get 0 marks. If it is 12 to 24, you get 1 mark. It is 24 to 36, you get 2 marks. If you get 36 to something 48, I think you get 3 marks. And after that again 3, 2, 1, 0. That is the kind of structure that they have given for work ex candidate. And still, even after this, that 0 to 12, there are 0 marks. Still, 44% of the batch is consisted of these people only who have an experience of 0 to 12 months, right? So even after doing all these things, still they are having good number of candidates there. And academic consistency ke 8 marks, what does that mean? According to your 10th score, you would be getting 4 marks. According to your 12th score, you would be getting 4 marks. No marks for your graduation scores, right? And there also they have created a criteria. If you have got more than 90% your 10th, so you'll get 4 marks. Between 80 and 90, you'll get 3. Between 70 and 80, you'll get 2, something like that they have mentioned. And according to that, the final list would come out, and then you get into the college. This is all about the finals, call that would be based upon. I hope you all are getting my point, guys. And please do let me know if you have any questions. Put it in the chat box. I would be happy to answer, though I am trying to give you all possible information about IFT, whatever has been there. And all these informations I have taken from their website itself, or some papers that they have published. So these are all authentic informations, you can say so. Next, what is the number of seats and what is the total fee? So in the Delhi campus, there are 367 seats, which were there last year. And in the Kolkata campus, there were 358 seats last year. Now, there is another campus of IFT, which is Kakinada campus. I tried to find out that if there is any information about this college, whether they would also be taking people through this IFT or not. I somehow could not find it out on IFT's website anywhere. No authentic information was not there. So I talked to some of my students in IFT. So they also gave some jumbled answers. So therefore, I did not reach at any conclusion. So I'm not saying this, but yes, I somehow definitely saw it on IFT website somewhere that currently Kakinada is taking only students for undergraduate level. I mean, the 5-year program through IPM, they are taking it, right? So this is what they are doing in their Kakinada campus. So I am not very sure that this year they would be taking through Kakinada or not. So I did not find any official information anywhere regarding this. But yes, Delhi and Kolkata campus definitely taking it, right? The number of seats last year were 367, 358. They are increasing the number of seats every year. So this year also you can expect somewhere around 800 seats in these two campuses combined. There is another good thing about these two. Delhi के बारे में आप सब लोग जानते हैं, Delhi is pretty good. About Kolkata. So placements are held for all of them at Delhi campus only. So just don't have to worry about that if I'm in Kolkata campus whether I would be getting good placements or not. सभी की placement साथ ही होती है, दिल्ली में ही होती है. The total fee is also almost the same. You can see that there is hardly any 80,000 का difference है. So when you are paying 21 lakh rupees, how much 80,000 matters? Probably that 80,000 is the difference of Delhi and Kolkata only, nothing else. So just a difference of 80,000 rupees in the fee. But IFT is a college where this much of fee is worth it. You're definitely going to get a good placement from these colleges. And what do we mean by good placement? Let me give you those figures as well. The highest international CTC this year was 80 lakhs, right? Highest domestic package was 46.5 lakhs. The average CTC was 25.16, which is an important figure. Even the median was pretty high. This 24 lakh says that half of the batch got a package of more than 24 lakhs. The remaining half, of course, got less than 24. But वो भी इतना कम नहीं रहा होगा because average तो 25.16 है ना. Because even that would have been pretty less. The average would not have been 25.16. So a median CTC of 24 lakhs is a very, very good figure, right? And 34% of the students got a PPO, pre-placement officer. Basically, इसमें क्या होता है that you after first year of your MBA, you go for a summer placement 1 or 2 months. तो जनरली बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को वहीं पे प्लेसमेंट ऑफर कर दी जाती है. So that is called pre-placement offer. So that is a PPO. So that has happened in IFT for 34% of the candidates, which again is a very good picture. I hope all of you got my points here. If anyone is having any doubt, please do let me know. If you are having any questions regarding IIFT, this is all that I feel that I wanted to tell you. I am sure this answers all your questions. What is there in the exam? Exam कब होने वाला है? कितने questions expected हैं? What is the syllabus of the paper? What kind of questions do appear? How many? What is the cutoff? What is the sectional cutoff? Overall cutoff? What all things are there? Number of seats, fee, placements. This all that we have discussed for IFT. That's all from my side, guys. I'm sure that you found this useful enough for IFT. Do appear for IFT. Do apply for the exam. It's a good college. I'm sure you will have a good future once you reach into the IFT, right? And yes, we are also having this detailed exam analysis of NMAT 2022 next month on 12th of October at 5 p.m. So there we will be talking about all those things that have happened in NMAT this year. So join us live on 12th of October at 5 p.m. for this NMAT analysis. And we are also running this IIM Bangalore PYQP series. So IIM Bangalore is the exam conducting authority this year. इससे पहले they conducted the exam in 2016 and 7. वो दोनों ही पेपर्स हम लोग जो है डिस्कस कर रहे हैं at our YouTube channel. So we are doing it from 1st of October. So find it out here and please do attend these sessions as well. Okay. And if anyone is preparing for CAT 2023, yes, we also have batches for that. And all that is written on this page is available to you for those. And about the test series, I have already told you guys. About the open book, I have already told you. That's all from my side. We are also available on all these media handles, so you can find us there. That is all, guys. That's all about IFT. I'm sure you found this section useful enough. Exam fee I mentioned on the very first page. AM, it is 2,500 rupees for the general candidates. For SC, ST, PWD, it is 1,250. After IIM ABC, IFT would be the best choice, right, sir? I would not say that, Kamal Kant. After IIM ABC, yes, I would definitely put FMS, XLRI, and IIM Bangalore above IFT. But definitely, it is a A-grade college. Definitely among the top colleges in India. Fee structure, Ragul, I have already mentioned that on the page. 21 lakh 77,000 in the Delhi campus, 20 lakhs and 77,000 in the Kolkata campus. So you can find it out on in this video itself. I mentioned about this previously. Okay. So that's all guys from my side. Thank you very much. Have a good night now. See you soon. Bye bye. Tata. Take care.